Welcome to the Brother Henry and You Show. I am your host, Henry Harris. Brother Henry and You Show. I am your host, Henry Harris. It was a delight to have you to watch the show today. And today I'm so honored to have my dear friend Shawanna Lilly back on the Brother Henry and You Show. It's been a while. I think last time you were on was several months ago when you and your friend came on and talked about compatibility.
Yes,
I
yes,
got
it
I
was.
got I got good memory.
You do, and it was fun. I enjoyed doing that. I think it was like a two part or a three-part series, and
It
I
was
enjoyed.
three, and it was very beneficial, and it really helped a whole lot of people. And thank you so much. And life since then has gotten really, really, really busy for not only her but for me. But it's really good to reconnect with you um, in this way and to have you back on the show. The I'm going to talk about this in a second, but Steve Harvey made a quote not too long ago, and you can go on YouTube and watch the video where he says that it is just impossible for a man and a woman to just be friends. And that video came out back in 2011, I believe. And for some reason, that just kind of like triggered me, not in a bad way, but in a way where I was like, I think that's worth a discussion. Like, is that even true? And not just his line of thinking of that. There are a lot of people that believe the way he believes that it is impossible. There are some people that say that you can be friends without it going forward. And I was trying to think of someone that that's not going to be around the corner. That's a straight shooter. That's going to just be real, raw, uncut. And you had crossed my mind, and all of a sudden you comment on my post when I proposed the question, can a woman and a man just be friends? And I said, okay, maybe this is God's sign of that she needs to be the guest. And I couldn't think of a better person anyway that could tackle this subject than you. So thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, Henry.
Yeah, the question is, can a man and a woman just be friends? And there are people who claim that it's impossible, and there are those who claim that a non-romantic friendship between a male and female is possible. This may be a complex question, but I feel it's worth discussion. And once again, we're honored to have Shawanna on the show. This is not just about a belief that Steve Harvey adheres to, as far as him believing that it is impossible for him to be friends with a female or any male, as a matter of fact. And like I said, this is not just something that he says, but it's a lot of people that believe along the lines that he does. He quoted, "Women who think he's just a friend is delusional. All my friends are men. I am incapable of that," he says. "I don't have female friends. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening other than a friendship." Steve Harvey goes on to say, "Men remain your friend in hopes that one day there will be a crack in the door, and trust and believe that guy you think that's just your friend, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets a chance." So, Shawanna, that leads to the first question. Why do you think people believe that it's impossible to be friends with the opposite sex without it going any further?
Henry, I think that's just all about everyone's own experience and perception. Some people may not have that discipline, within them that they can say, this is my friend, and that's it. Some people are not that disciplined, so I think that's a person on person basis. They may actually find that friend attractive. So they're like, if they give me an opportunity, oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
So I really just think that is based on that person's idea or belief. Some people are like Steve Harvey, excuse me, absolutely not. Others are like, nah, I can do it. I can be friends with somebody opposite sex, and it's just friends. You know.
yeah, that's really good. I was speaking with someone last night, and like I said, we had a long discussion about this, and um, and we'll talk more about this as we go along. And she kind of believes the same way. It has a lot to do with our perception and
Yes.
how we see things. And like I said, this is not a. I know there's a lot of people that like Steve. There's a lot of people that don't. This show ain't about bashing him or. It's
Right.
just like addressing that because I thought it was a very interesting subject, and I just wanted to hear everybody's thoughts, especially your thoughts. So my next
Right.
question is: can you remain friends or still be friends with someone when they have made it obvious that they have feelings for you?
Me personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but me personally, no. I don't want to, or I can be friends with them. I'll say that. But as far as like going places, hanging out, things like that,
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do stuff like that because I don't want to lead them on
yeah, that's what I
to
was thinking. Leave them alone.
to give them false hope that, oh, she denied me access, but she's
Hmm.
still willing to hang out with me and stuff. To me, that's kind of giving off false hope.
Hmm.
And because I already know you have those type of feelings for me, I will probably limit, my how much
Access.
physical activity I do with you, personally, because I just feel like I'm kind of just giving you false hope by being like, oh, we're just friends, but hey, if you want to just hang out, we could just hang out. Even though in the back of my mind, I know they're like trying to be in a relationship with me.
Yeah, it's
I
like
just think that's kind of shisty.
it's like
But no,
adding
look,
fuel
but
to the
no
fire.
hate towards the people that are willing to do it. I'm just going based off, how I feel and my personal experiences.
Yeah, it's kind of like adding fuel to the fire, pretty much.
Right? What do
And
you
like,
think about that, Harry?
what do I think about it?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel the same way that you feel, to be honest. And sometimes um, it's hard to discern uh, if somebody is in your life for whatever reason. Sometimes it's hard to detect why they're there, which is important. You said this when we had a conversation the other night. It goes back to like, why are you here? I don't know if you remember, you
Right.
told me that.
Yeah.
And that
Uh-huh.
stuck with me ever since you said that. Like, I started even to reevaluate my life, why certain people were in it.
Right. And I had asked that question because I needed to know because of the situation that I'm in now. Like, why do you want to hang out? Or why do you want to, what are you looking for from me?
Yeah,
Because that lets me know how I'm going to maneuver this situation. Because if you're looking for certain things, extra stuff that I'm unwilling to give, unable and unwilling to give,
yeah,
then no, I don't want to hang out with you because I don't want to give you that false hope. I don't
yeah,
want to spend a lot of time with you.
yeah. And the dating scene, in some ways, is a joke. I'm not saying overall it is, but that
Right.
term "hang out," it just depends because that could be taken like many ways.
Right.
Um, and but that's another whole show. Do you think some men develop friendships with women with the intent of there being something down the road,
Yes,
like
I did.
like future down the road? Like, yes, I want to be your friend, but and they may never tell you, but maybe they are kind of like waiting to see if she get divorced. I know that sounds petty, but um, or looking for that crack, as Steve Harvey says.
Right.
I don't think all men do that, but I'm just saying, what do you think about that? Do you think there are some men, or maybe vice versa, women that do
Right.
that?
I think this go both ways. I think absolutely yes. People can be like, okay, I'll stay in this friend zone, but maybe I can change him or her's mind at some point. You know, and do I believe that has happened? That is possible for people to be able to do that? Yes, because some people are like, no, 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 we could just be friends. I'm uninterested, because they may be interested in somebody totally different. That didn't work out possibly, or whatever situation they may be in. And they're like, eventually they could possibly start being like, you know what? Maybe so and so isn't so bad. Maybe I should pursue a relationship with them. Maybe I should give this a try more than friendship. So I do think that, there are situations where people have, changed their minds.
My friend proposed a question last night, and I told her I would ask you
Okay.
if you are friends with the opposite sex and y'all were put in a position. Let's just say y'all were together, and one thing led to another, and I'll let everybody fill in the blank on that. Can that, or does that always ruin a friendship? Like if you're friends and you're ending up being intimate, she really wants to know your take on that. Like, can that ruin things, or can that like just be just friends with benefits? I mean, what's your take? Like, do you think that's a wise decision to put yourself in that type of position, or do you just think it just depends on those two people? Like,
I guess it just depends on those two people.
yeah,
I want to say I've done a show in the past with another guy, and it was talking about, being friends with benefits and being in that situation. And I just have a, I just believe, this is my perception again, that especially for a woman, at times we do become a little start to emotionally start to feel some type of way. It's very
okay.
hard, you know, in my opinion, as a woman, if we can remain that friends with benefits, we have that little situation go on, and to continue it without my feelings getting involved, I really got to embrace my masculine side.
Mm-hmm.
I really got to embrace the Sean in me instead of Shawanna in me
Sean.
or whatnot. you know, because I do feel like men have a way where they can be in those type of situations and not really grasp feelings. They're like, no, this is what it is, and this
Yeah.
is how it is, and this is what it's going to be, period. Whereas women, sometimes we can be like, oh, this is what it is, but I really like him. I wonder if he's going to, change his feelings about me. And, oh no, now I'm catching little feelings, and I'm, that old nurturing side and wanting to be cuddled and wanting to be, one extra, in order for me to operate in that side, I have to embrace my masculine side. I have to not wear my heart on my sleeves, as they say. And I have to have that mentality like
When
this
you
is just
say
what it is.
embrace your masculine side, do you mean like being more stern or dominant, or just more straightforward about the situation?
Being more straightforward and
Okay.
seeing it is what it is, and not thinking nothing more, not trying to give myself false hope and believe that, oh, it'll turn into this. This is what he said, and I'm agreeing with it, and I'm living by this set.
Yeah.
Never
It
saying that it can't change, because sometimes even in those situations, people's feelings change all the time. But if was in a situation I was going in like that, you know, yes, I would have to embrace what I feel is the masculine side of me, where I'm like, I'm not trying to,
so you so
have any
you
extra feelings involved. This is just what it is. And that's challenging. But have I been there? Yes. I
Hmm.
have. I've done. I
So
did
you,
that.
so you know how to emotionally like shut yourself down and look at it in a sense like, okay, this is just what it is, and there's nothing more to it.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
and as a result, that shouldn't affect that friendship if there's a mutual agreement between the two,
Right. And I'm not internally,
and nobody's getting hurt either.
right. I'm not externally agreeing to it, but internally I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling
Yeah,
indifferent.
yeah.
I have agreed externally and internally. So
Hmm.
I'm already prepared not to be hurt in the long
That's
run.
good. That's good, but that's really good. A lot of people don't think that way. So, how important is boundaries as it relates to this subject?
I guess that's a decision to be made between those two people that are
Yeah.
involved, or there could be more than two people at some
or
point.
or
But
if they or if
it's
they establish boundaries. A lot of people don't even establish if even if you
really they
the
don't.
thought where you feel like you have to establish boundaries in the sense of letting them know how far you can go. I've never been in a situation like that, to be honest, where I've had to establish boundaries. Where um I see that more in the sense of like if I'm in a relationship with someone or married. That's why I see
Mhm.
boundaries coming into play. But just a actual friend, unless I see them violating my boundaries, that's the only way I would feel the need to speak up. What do you think?
Um, I guess again that's based on
A
the
lot of
the
it's based
people
on the
involved.
two. Yeah,
Yeah, and how far y'all are going. You have to if you know if I know that the guy has already told me, hey, I don't want anything else but this. All right, this is our situation. If I'm crossing his boundary that he already placed on me, then that is a problem. It is unfair to me or unfair to him. If he told me, this is what's up, but I choose to start getting feelings. I choose to start, try to, be all extra and be all in my feelings at times and fussing at him about stuff when he was clear and direct to me in the beginning, then yeah, I do think that use a possibility that you can cross people's boundaries, even with you're dealing with friendship with benefits and those type of
yeah.
situationships. Yeah.
Shawana, I was just thinking about this question as you were talking. How important is it for people to just let the other party know what you're looking for? It goes back to why are you here? Why
Right.
is that important? Like, I know it's gonna sound blunt, but like, if somebody's coming in your life, I feel like there's nothing wrong with asking them why. Are you here just for sex? Um,
Right.
I mean, friendship. You just need somebody to talk to. Does that kind of make things go over a little bit more smoother in the status of whatever their relationship may be leading to?
Yes, I absolutely believe so. And and in hopes
Like just
that people
coming
are
out
being
right off top, just like, okay, this is why I'm here.
right. And in hopes that the people are being 100% honest.
Yeah,
You have to have trust that they're being honest. But I think it does help. It allows you to emotionally prepare yourself and give you like it gives you an opportunity to know how to navigate the whole situation yourself. Without again your feelings getting hurt. You know, because a lot of times things, in my opinion, go off track is when feelings get involved and feelings start getting hurt, boundaries start getting crossed, and then that's when problems arise. Again, I stand strong with this. Where you just really have to have your feelings in check. When you're in certain situations, and if you're in friendships with the opposite sex. I really do believe if it's just based on friendship, then yes, your feelings have to be in check.
hmm.
Um, intimate feelings. That is for sure.
Okay. My next question is she's married, but she has a friend guy who is overstepping boundaries. Should she keep him around?
I don't think so. I don't think so
Why
because
not?
because um it seems to me that he may not have respect for her marriage. And if she, like Steve Harvey says, opens a little crack in that door, my homie going straight in. I mean, straight for the kill.
you said my homie's going
He's
straight
like,
in.
ooh.
You said my homie's going straight in.
You're going in
Now,
for the
I do
kill.
agree. I do agree with Steve Harvey in that aspect.
Yes.
That does make a lot of sense in that aspect, and maybe in the context that may be what he was talking about. But the way it came out at first, it's hard to tell, the context of what he was trying to. But and that makes a lot of sense what you just said, especially for
Right.
married couples or people that's in a relationship. But just actual friendship, if that's what he's referring to, or anyone who holds to that
Mhm.
line of belief, I don't think every guy has hidden motives or
Right.
or even women. So thank you for answering that question. Uh, is it possible to remain friends with someone that you've had romantic thoughts about, even though you may not share it with them?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
so.
it's sometimes good. It's not that it don't mean that you're lying. It's just that I
Right.
mean, it probably crosses your mind like,
Like, like so and so looking like a whole snack right now.
yeah,
And that I wouldn't mind taking a little bite of, a little teeny bite, a little
yeah,
nibble, a whole chunk.
yeah,
But I do feel like you can still be friends with somebody that you might, at one point be like, I wonder. But if you
yeah,
never tried it out, I do think you may. I think it's possible to still have friends
yeah.
or still be friends because it
Okay.
wasn't, it wasn't let known. So the other person doesn't even know that you really have those feelings anyway, in my opinion. So, you still be friends.
Yeah, and that leads up to this question. You told me the other day that you proposed a question to your friend of 20 years um, about this. What question did you ask him, and what response did you receive?
I pretty much asked him, had he,
20 years is a long time.
at 20 plus years, we've been friends. And I asked him pretty much, I said, hey, have you ever, had any type of, feelings for me
Yeah.
outside of just friendship?
And you said
Um,
at first he was like, "What the hell?"
yeah, he was like, what's the meaning of this? Like, why are you asking me this? Or whatever. And I'm like, just answer the question
Yeah.
or whatnot. And he was like, well, he did say this. He's like, well, the answer is no, you know, but he was like, but I'm not sure the way you're asking me this question. I don't, he said no 2 times, but
Yeah.
then he was like, but the way you're asking the question is different for me. Like
Mhm.
it depends. I guess it depends on, I don't know what it depends on. Cause he was like, it
Yeah.
was just, the way you're asking this
It
question,
could
my
be
answer was
taken.
no.
Yeah.
But I will say that I have spoke to 2 other friends that are opposite sex of me that I've been friends with for a long time, for a very long time. And that's why I was telling you earlier that, I was kind of, with their answers like, oh, okay, or
Hmm.
whatnot. But, I posed the question as Steve Harvey asked. Um, and I think you mentioned it earlier in the show. You mentioned how he asked the question, but I asked my friends the exact same way he asked. Um, if the only reason why, he's saying that the only reason why men stay in friendships with women is because the woman hasn't allowed it to be more than a friendship,
Yeah. Yeah.
once, yeah. But once she gives them a crack in the door, they're going through that crack.
Hmm.
So I asked my friend I asked him, hey, if we were out or, hanging out or whatever one night and I came to you and I was like, hey, I want to have sex with you. Or I was like, hey, I think I want to try to pursue a relationship with you. Would you do it? One friend was like, he was hesitant. He got quiet and then he bust out laughing. And he was like, wait, what? He's like, hold on, why are you asking me this? Or whatnot. And I was like, just answer the question. And I was getting ready to tell him why, but I didn't want to give him, I didn't want to tell him too much because I wanted his blunt honesty. I didn't want him to be able to think about what Steve Harvey said and
Yeah.
go from there. So I was like, just answer the question. He was like, he got quiet again. So I'm like, so the answer is yes. And we
Yeah.
both busted out laughing. And he was like, no, he's like, it depends. He's like, it really does. It just depends. Like, I can't answer that as a yes or no question. It depends on the situation that we're in at that moment. And I
Hmm.
was like, you know, have have we been in a situation where we were by ourselves and it could have went down if we wanted to go down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of that,
Same with me
um,
too.
that didn't happen. So I asked him, well, if I decided at that point, hey, I want to do this, would you have done it with me? He paused again. So um again, his answer was like, I don't like these questions that you're asking me. Kind of like, he's like, he's laughing or whatnot. But I could read in between the lines. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I got your answer. So the other friend he was very blunt. He was like, yeah, I would have done it. Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, yeah. But then I will say, he said, and also for him, he said he doesn't agree with Steve Harvey 100% because he's like, if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not going to pursue you. You
Yeah.
could be my friend, but if I don't have an attraction, no. If I don't find that attraction at all, no. I can straight up be like, nah, no, we're not doing this. He's like, but if I'm attracted to you, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Oh, I tell you,
So,
this is such
yeah,
a wonderful subject. I mean,
yeah,
like you don't realize I know we're like running out of time. There are so many questions uh that's in me in regards to this subject.
I
The
know
la-
it's so much you can talk about. It's a fun subject.
yeah, it's a lot to unpack. It's just like you. I have a bestie. Her name is Teresa. We've been friends going on 9 years. I call her my bestie. And just like you, we've been in positions where we've watched movies together. In the
Right,
past, we haven't as recently because we live in different states now. But if the opportunity was there, it could have happened. It never did.
right.
Um, she would probably laugh at me like you're one friend if I asked her the question. If the opportunity came, would you? She's like Henry now. She would probably just laugh. But the last thing I wanted to say is, when we asked that question a few weeks ago, can a man and woman just be friends? There were several people, as you know, commented.
Hmm.
One individual said, God never designed a man and a woman to be friends, which I respectfully disagree with. Um, he did. She says he designed them to procreate, and I was thinking about that. I was like, I just disagree with that. It makes it seems like that we're just here to make babies. Like there's nothing wrong
Right.
with having a friendship. She proceeds to say, however, it could happen if there is not a physical or sexual attraction. Honestly, how often does a man and a woman remain just is it what is that platin platonic?
Platonic, I believe.
Yeah. How she says how often does the man and the woman remain just platonic without one or the other becoming attracted at some point? Because people don't realize that when you make love to the mind and not the body, that's where building on love comes in. She says love cultivates through conversation. So if the man is having a deep conversation with his best friend, he's going to become in love with her before he knows it. The rest will follow: attraction, lust, desire. And as we go to a close, what are your thoughts about her comment?
I disagree with that. I do. And I have been in.
I have deep conversations with you, but it's not like
Right.
it's not like I mean And
It's not
I do
right.
love you, but
Yeah, I love you too, but I'm not in love with you. I'm not
yeah,
ready to get on the plane tomorrow and be like, I'm going to Henry.
brother Henry.
I'm gonna find me Henry. You know. Um, so I disagree with her, and I do think there are situations, and with myself, personal experience, and hearing some of my male counterparts, my friends talking, they can genuinely be in a straight friendship with a woman. Like my other friend said, if he's not attractive to him, he doesn't know. It's no lust or anything. It's, hey, you're my friend.
Yeah.
I don't want any more than that. And uh, even, I don't know. I just, that was a lot that she said. I will say that.
Well, it started
And
out kind of wrong. Like,
yeah, the way
we're
it
not
started off, I
designed
kind
to
of
be
made a
friends.
little face to it. I didn't want to be all judgmental, but I was kind of like, because that kind of threw me off from the get
Yeah.
go, how she
Um,
started off. And I'm like,
making
girl,
love,
bye.
making love. That's it. Making love to making love to one's mind, not the body, is where it starts. She said.
Well, now when it comes to, on a different note, on the other note,
Yeah.
I do believe, making love to a mind is real, important.
Mhm.
And that's going to help to increase the positive momentum for the physical,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
actual act, making love to that mind first. So I kind of agree with her on that part, making love, the mental, what am I looking for? I can't think of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but trying to
I think people
stimulation.
get
There
what
we
you.
go. That's the word I'm looking for, y'all.
That's
Sorry for
very
my,
important too.
get,
That,
but
no, that's fine. I think they get what you're saying, and I've heard that you want to make love to a woman's mind, before anything else. So if you can get that, everything
right,
else sometimes fall into place.
it will,
Attraction, desire, and all that stuff. But what are your thoughts? Those that are watching, comment in the comment section. Can a man and a woman just be friends? I hope you enjoyed tonight's program. Share, like, comment, send me a heart. Let me know that you're watching. We would really love to hear your feedback. And Shawanna, we won't wait as long next time to get you back on the show.
right.
Next time we do something else, I want you and your friend to brainstorm. Uh,
Okay.
and let me know when y'all are ready, and we'll do like we'll all three will have a conversation about something that you and him want to discuss. So just let me know about that.
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. He'll be ready. He's always down to do a show and talk
Okay.
about some stuff.
And you look amazing, and thank you for your friendship
Thank you.
um and being in my life. So I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, Henry. I appreciate your shows and the topics that you have. They're very real. They're relevant to our lives, and they're fun and engaging.
Yeah,
So thank you for all your time and effort that you put into doing this for the people. We the people.
yeah. We the people. Dr. Martin Luther King just came in my head when you said that.
That what, preamble. If I'm
Before I let
wrong, people, if I'm wrong, I'm not a history major or teacher. I'm
yeah.
science.
Yeah. Before I let you go, I just want to tell you, you do look very beautiful. The top that you have on is very colorful. Does it symbolize anything?
My personality, I'm real
It's very
reserved, but when you
cold.
can crack me open,
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
bubbly, colorful personality.
Well,
Thank you.
speaking of cracking you open,
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting on that crack
No,
in the
Henry,
door.
no cracking me
No.
open. Don't even try. You're trying to slide through that crack. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're trying to do now.
I had to
No,
throw.
no, Henry.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just still stay your friend in hopes that one day I'll get.
Just
I'm.
messing with you.
I know I am too. I'm just joking.
We hope you have enjoyed today's program. We want to connect with you. Visit us at facebook.com/The Brother Henry and You Show, or visit us on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Henry Harris 100. We're so grateful you tuned in today and hope you have a fantastic day.